Major funding for Backyard Safari is provided by the National Science Foundation, America's investment in the future.
Nice and cool. There's nothing like a little water to cool off on a hot day. But water isn't just for cooling off. We drink it all the time. Actually, we couldn't live without water. Because all living things depend on water to survive. Oh no, I forgot. I have an important job to do.
Backyard Safari!
Come along with me, look at all there is to see on a backyard safari. Backyard safari.
Don't you want to know more? Well, what are you waiting for?
Backyard Safari!
Now's the perfect time. Come on in. The water's fine.
Backyard Safari!
Safari. Backyard safari. Come on, everybody, let's go.
You don't have to look too hard. It's right here in your own backyard.
Backyard safari. Backyard safari.
Backyard Safari!
Water's all around us. In lakes and ponds. It's so much a part of our world, it's hard to imagine nature without water. And no matter where you live, it's hard to get through a day without water.
Can't stop now, Celia. I'm on a mission of mercy.
Bud, where are you going in such a hurry?
Hold on there, little flowers. Uncle Bud to the rescue. There. That will cool you off very nicely. Oh, stand back, Celia. Get 'em there. Poor little things are so hot and tired. I'm cooling them off.
Bud, flowers are getting droopy because they're drying out. They need water.
Water? You mean like a drink?
Yeah. Plants need water to live, and they have a lot of different ways of getting it.
Cinema Natural presents 101 Ways to Get a Drink.
See those healthy flowers? They get their water from roots.
Speaking of water, would you know
How the roots get their water? Well, these are the seeds. The squiggly things are the roots. They grow into the earth and soak up water. Not all plants get their water from roots. This desert plant uses big leaves to collect water droplets. Then the water drips to the bottom of the plant.
I need to get a drink?
Desert animals need water too. This darkling beetle collects dew on its legs, then down the leg and into the mouth.
Yes, water.
This monkey is drinking rainwater from a hole in a tree. This bird lifts the water in its bill and lets the water run down its throat. Then there's your basic get your bill in there and guzzle approach.
Please, water.
Most animals seem to enjoy the insert and slurp approach to getting their water.
No, water.
You need to know why this bird is just floating around in this water, right? Well, actually, this is a sand grouse, and it's soaking up water with its feathers. The sand grouse holds the water in its feathers and carries a drink to its chicks.
Oh.
Say, you don't look so good, my friend. You could use a little water yourself.
How did you guess?
I get the picture, Celia. All these thirsty plants need water.
Right! In fact, you just reminded me. Thanks, bud. I've got a job to do. See you later.
You know, I'll bet there's a lot of thirsty plants in this park that need water. And I'm the man for the job.
One of the neatest things about water is that it can change forms. What would you say if I told you I was going to have some crunchy water?
Yeah.
I'll take a cherry snow cone, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. One of my favorite forms of water, ice. But this is just one form of water. Let me show you my home movie about all the forms that water can be. Hi! Today I'm going to make tea, but I'm going to make it out of the 3 forms of water. First, I'm going to fill up my ice tray with water from the tap. The tap water is liquid. That's water form number 1. Here we go. Oops, spilled a little. Here, look closely at liquid water. Nice and wet. Now, I'm going to put this liquid water, water form number 1, into my freezer and see what happens to it. A long time has passed, and now let's check it out. It's turned into water form number 2 because the water has frozen. See how solid it is? Frozen solid. Ice is water form number 2. Watch water form number 2 closely. I'll just pop these ice cubes into a pot and add heat. A few minutes later, and let's take a look. The ice cubes are melting. Recognize this? The ice has changed form. It's melted back into liquid water. Now let's put the liquid water back on the stove, cover it, and add some more heat. Pretty soon, it'll boil. You can tell when water's boiling because it bubbles up as steam. When steam becomes part of the air, it's called water vapor. The 3rd form of water. Okay, so we'll pour the hot water into the mug, and we've made tea from 3 forms of water: liquid water, ice, and steam. It's not the quickest way to make tea, but it sure is a lot more fun. Toodaloo! Looks like my watering can has plenty of water in it. Now, time to get the job done. All right, I have to water Crink's plants. Question is, where do I begin? Sofa looks kind of dry. Maybe I'll start there. I've never actually watered a sofa before. Oops. Can't forget the lampshade.
Celia.
Hi, Crink.
Great. You're watering the furniture. Thank you for remembering.
Well, was getting kind of dry. Hey, sassafras. Getting all wet.
She's just trying to cool off.
Well, I know people use water to cool off. You mean snakes use water to cool off too?
Sure. Animals use water for more than just drinking. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, you missed a spot, by the way. There, that ought to do it. Grab a seat and take a look at this.
Hey, are those hippos?
Yep, just some hippos cooling off from the summer heat. Ooh, looks refreshing, doesn't it?
Elephants use water to cool off too?
Absolutely, and they take baths in it all the time. Watch how they play in the water, too. Oh, look at them go!
What's that bird doing, Crink?
Taking a bird bath.
Looks like birds are major bathers.
Even in the frozen form of water, snow.
Wow, a snowbird bath.
It's probably a little cold, but it's one way to wash behind the wings. Now, when these monkeys are faced with winter snow, they go to a place where the water is warm, called hot springs.
It looks like a good way to keep warm.
Oh, you betcha. Snow monkeys spend hours at a time in those steamy baths.
I sure wouldn't mind a little rest and relaxation in there myself.
Speaking of resting, take a look at these seals. They use blocks of ice to lay out on.
Don't seals spend a lot of their time swimming in the water, Crink?
Yep, and there's a lot of water to swim in. In fact, the world is covered with more water than land.
I can see. Lots of different places to find water.
And lots of animals and plants that live in it. Do you want to know more about what lives in all that water?
I always want to know more.
Then just step out there.
See ya.
Okay, bye-bye.
Water, water as far as you can see. This boat will be a great place to look for plants and animals that live in the water. But how are we gonna find them?
That's where this net comes in.
Oh, hi, Danielle.
Hi, Celia.
And this is Danielle Oakey. She's a marine educator from SeaWorld, and she knows all about how plants and animals make water their home, right?
That's right.
So you mean we're gonna use this net to catch us some fish?
Not only fish, Celia, but there are a lot of other sea creatures out there, so maybe we'll be lucky today.
Oh, I hope so. Okay, can I help you with the net?
Let's bring in the net crew.
All right.
This is Heather.
Oh, hi, Heather. Hello, Celia.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, my crew knows what to do. All I need is you two to stand by on the buoys. All ready?
Okay. Here we go. Grab a hold here.
Drop it.
Woo!
Beautiful. Good job. Okay.
Bye.
There it goes.
Looks like the net went really far out. Okay, so when we pull the net in, it's not going to hurt the fish, is it?
No, we'll bring them on board, take a quick look at them, and then send them home.
Right back into the water.
That's right.
Ooh, here it comes.
Okay, okay.
Oh, we got some stuff.
We did? Oh,
yeah, we
good.
sure did. Look at them all. Oh, it's heavy.
Wow.
Oh, watch out. There might be some stingrays in here.
Okay. Hello.
He's going for a walk.
Let's take a closer look,
Okay. Here is a pink sea star.
I knew I saw that.
I'm gonna let you hold this one. Go ahead, you can be gentle with it. It can come out of the water for a little while.
What are the little hard pink bumps here?
Well, what you feel here are spines, and even though they're not hard for us to touch, they might prevent another animal from trying to bite down on the sea star.
Ah, protection.
Yes, very good protection. Now let's turn it over.
Okay.
And we'll get a look at the feet.
Look at that.
Yeah. Now if you look down each ray, you'll see tiny tube feet.
Like little macaroni pieces?
They kind of look like macaroni, don't they?
Yeah.
But they pull water in and they stretch out, and that's how they hold on to whatever they're walking on.
Okay, what next?
Well, I see something moving around in here.
Wow!
This is a California spiny lobster.
That is a beautiful lobster.
Isn't it great? Now, what's different about this lobster than from the East Coast is that this type of lobster does not have big pinchers. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, the things that are usually right there in the front.
That's right. Instead, the California spiny lobsters use their long antennae that are covered with spines, and they whip those antennae around to keep anything nearby away.
So you're holding it in a safe place?
I'm trying to, yes. I'm holding it very firmly but gently. And then a lobster, it can crawl on the ground because you can see all the different legs it has.
Yeah, a lot of them.
But it also is a swimmer, and the way it swims is by whipping its tail forward and forcing itself backwards. Here we go. Look at that. This is a flatfish called a turbot. Go ahead, you can hold on to it.
Turbot.
There you go. Thanks for being gentle. This is a type of flatfish that lays on the bottom of the ocean and buries itself in sand. That's why it's flat.
You know, if you look up close, it looks like there's millions and millions of tiny little scales on this fish.
Fish have scales, and since a turbot is a fish, it does have scales. And that is for protection against things that are harmful in the ocean.
Why are the scales protection?
Because it makes a real nice covering or coating that's a little bit tougher than skin.
Okay, what else do you think we pulled up with that net?
Well, we also pulled up a plant, so let's get that out here.
Good. Kelp. I've seen this on the beach before.
That's right. Kelp lives in the ocean and is a very important plant in the ocean, but it is different than plants that live on land. And instead of leaves, kelp has a blade.
Blades. Ooh, I like the way they feel.
They feel really smooth. Now take a close look at the blade, and do you see what it's attached to?
Yeah, what is it?
That's a gas bladder that's filled with air. And what the gas bladder does, yes, it's
A gas bladder?
filled with air. It floats on the surface of the water, which brings the blade up to the surface, and that's where the sun can come and reach it.
Oh, it keeps it floating, and it needs sun. Wait, is that what I think it is?
Oh, what do you think it is?
An octopus!
That's right.
Gosh.
Now, an octopus is an animal without a backbone, and it's got 8 legs.
What are those, the little tentacles?
Underneath the tentacles. That's what helps the octopus to move around and to climb over rocks.
It just attached to me.
Yes, it did.
Wow.
And if you look carefully, you can see the legs are all spread out.
Yeah.
And you can watch how the octopus moves across the ocean bottom by moving its legs.
I can't believe we caught an octopus.
Well, we were really lucky because octopus usually hide in rocky areas to protect itself from animals that might want to eat it.
You know, Danielle, it's amazing how many different kinds of plants and animals live in the water.
That's right.
We
there are a
saw
lot.
so many of them,
we
too.
did. We were lucky.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So I guess maybe we better do what we promised and let them back in the water?
Alrighty.
There. Now everything's been watered, even the carpet. And while it's soaking in, maybe I'll just slide off to the workshop. Whoa! I've got some important people to talk to. I'll grab my grass cam here and... I hear water being poured. I wonder what my friend Olivia's up to. Hey, Olivia.
Hi, Crinkle.
What you doing?
Well, I'm trying to see how flowers drink their water.
How you gonna figure that out?
Well, I fill the glasses up with water, and then I'm going to put food coloring in each one.
I see, huh?
And keep doing different colors until I fill each glass with a different color, food color.
How much food coloring do you pour into each glass?
I guess, half the bottle.
Oh, so what do you do after you put the color in?
After I finish doing it, that part, the second step is to take maybe a couple of flowers.
I see.
I'll use one and cut the stem on a diagonal.
Oh, why do you cut it like that?
You need to open it more so
Oh.
it can go through.
I see.
And I'll put this one in the blue. Now I'll cut the next one
Why do you use white flowers?
Well, because it's easier. Because if they're already like a carnation is already like blue or something red, then it's hard to see if they drank the water or not.
So they're going to change?
They're gonna turn different colors because the water goes up into the stem, which goes to the top of the flower, and the top of the flower, and it makes it turn different colors.
How long will it take for us to see something?
Usually a couple of hours.
Well, what are they going to look like when they're done?
Well, here's what the blue will look like,
I see.
and here's what the red will look like.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what the yellow will look like.
Yeah?
And here's what the green will look like.
You know, Olivia, that seems kind of like magic.
Well, when I was little, I thought it was magic.
What do you think now?
Well, it's more drinking the water than it is magic, because if it was magic, it wouldn't be drinking its water, because magic is more like a miracle than science is.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Oops, it's late. Got to be running along. See you later, Olivia. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Water is home to many creatures, but to others, it's also a playground. Because when it comes to fun, there's nothing like water. You can explore it. You can swim in it, or catch a ride on a wave, or sail across it. You can paddle on it, jump in it, put your feet down and ski on it, or just plain splash in it. When water turns into its solid form, like this snow and ice, the fun doesn't stop. You can ski on it, or skate on it, or even sled down a hill on it. But it doesn't take a lot of water to have fun. A hose will do, and a slide. And a ball made of snow, that is. Water. Nothing like it.
I love to be outside when it's raining. I feel just like a fish. I love how the water tickles my nose and the way my feet go squish in the puddles. Water, water, water. I love to splash and play. Oh, there are so many things to do with water every day. Birds and dogs and elephants and rhinos, seals and monkeys too. Ooh, all love a drink of water just as much as you got to have some water, water, water. I love to splash and play. There are so many things to do with water every day. I love the gurgling sound of a stream, the whistle of a kettle blowing off steam, the pitter-patter of the falling rain, and the whoosh of the bath water going down the drain. Whales and dolphins in the sea swim about so gracefully, and the when a beaver's face gets wet, he's as cute as an animal can get. In the water, 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 I love to splash and play. There are so many things to do with water every day.
Wow! Bud did a great job of watering these flowers. But where is he? Maybe if I follow this hose, I'll find him. Bud! What are you
Well, you told me everything needed water. Now there's not a flower or tree in this whole park. It's thirsty.
Well, that isn't till tomorrow, when you'll have to do it all over again.
Oh, yeah. Water's also good for one other thing. Reviving people.
Want to know how you can look at things underwater? With just a few things around your home, you can make an underwater magnifying glass. Now, here's my friend Angelica to show you how.
First, you need a plastic container. You get a pair of scissors and you cut the bottom out, but you might need help from your parents. And you'll take a piece of plastic and put it on the container. You take your rubber band, you get a rubber band and you take it and you put it around the plastic container. And you put it into the water. Cool! Everything looks bigger. Marbles and a seashell. And pennies. It really works.
To make your own underwater magnifying glass, you need a margarine container or soda bottle, plastic wrap or a plastic bag, and a rubber band. And remember, the best place to learn about nature is right outside your door. Because when you're outside, you're on your own backyard safari. Bye-bye!
Backyard Safari is a production of Lancet Media Entertainment and is produced in association with the American Museum of Natural History. This episode of Backyard Safari is made possible by a major grant from the National Science Foundation, America's investment in the future.